Stanley Flexon here for Seconds Out. Delighted to be joined by highly esteemed trainer Mark Tibbs here at Fight Camp. Mark, how are you?
Lovely, thanks Danny. Yourself?
I'm very good, thanks. Although, as you pointed out, I've got increasingly grey over the years. Thanks for mentioning that.
Mine's going bald and grey, so at least you got it.
You've done the double. Johnny Fisher, latest outing for him this weekend at Fight Camp. What are you looking to see from him based on what you've done in the gym?
I expect John to be a little bit more measured than he used to be, and a little bit more placing his shots. And but still, I love that bit of bull about him. But he's got to pick the right times to use the ball, the Rumford ball, so to speak. But no, so a little bit more refined, please God.
What do you think about him being on these big shows so early in his career? Do you think it's a boost? It kind of motivates him, or are you a bit worried that there's going to be all the eyes on him, even though he's not the finished article yet?
Well, it did concern me, to be honest with you, in the early days when I wasn't in his corner and I weren't around him in his two fights because I was away travelling, or working abroad. But it did concern me. But he kind of brought that attention on himself a little bit in a way. But so I was worried about it at first, but he's handled it with flying colours, and he's a smart guy, and he talks well, and he's a genuine good guy. You know what I mean? And he's got a big chance in the sport, and no, I'm over the moon. But I'm more confident now I've seen him and been around him the last 2 months. Yeah, for sure.
Tell us a little bit about who you've had him sparring, because at this stage in his career, he's probably learning more in the gym than he is in the ring.
Absolutely. No, he's had some good sparring with Joe Joyce. We had some good sparring with him, Fabio Wardley, and who else? We've had some good sparring locally in Romford. A couple of boys in Romford, some good guys. Can't think their names off the top of my head, but he's had some good sparring, and he's learning. His last spar he had, we finished on 8 rounds. I like to finish the prospects 2 rounds more than their fight, if you know what I mean. So I was just to see if there's anything in their head that they're going to question themselves about. Say 6 rounds, I'd like to get them to do 8 rounds. But he done it brilliantly, fantastically. He was patient but consistent, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? And he's boxing really, really nice. And as I say, when we need to unleash the ball, he can go to work.
You mentioned Fabio Wardley there. He's obviously got a tough test this weekend against Webb.
Yeah.
How do you see that one panning out? I'm sure you know them pretty well.
It's a good fight, it's a good fight. I remember not too long ago when we was over at Miguel's gym, when we was working with Dillian White. I actually had, Nick was over there sparring for Dillian, and Fab was there as well, and I had another guy there, so that was good sparring, and that's a really, really good fight, that fight. Webb and Wardley, it's a really good fight. I'm looking forward to that. It's a good fight.
Can't get you to pick a winner?
I think Fab's going to be a little bit fresh and elusive. So I feel that Fab's going to edge it for me. But Nick's a nice guy. He's can punch too. So that's what makes it interesting. So yeah.
And another hot prospect you've got under your wing at the moment is, of course, John Hedges, the gentleman. What's the latest with him? We heard he was going to be out either September or October.
John's latest, I hear he's out in September, early September. So he's been doing some good strength and conditioning with a guy I use called Sonny Cannon. So we're working with him. Does him on a Tuesday and Thursday, and he's with me and Steve on a Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. He's really got his head down, and I haven't fed him particular hard sparring recently, but I will. He's got some tough sparring coming up. When I mean tough, just not too tough. Just put him in the oven a little bit, you know what I mean? But he actually performs when he's got tough sparring and difficult sparring. He really raises his game. So when I give him easy sparring, I don't mean easy, but when I give him sparring at which I want him to practice the stuff we've been working on, and he kind of underperforms. But when he's up against it, he looks his best, yeah, which is a good sign.
And who else have you got in the gym at the moment, and when are we likely to see them out?
I've got Harvey Horn. He's expected to fight. We were meant to have an announcement this week. Actually, it was last week. Now it's this week. But so we're. He's ticking over. He's had some good sparring as well. But we don't overdo it with him too much. He gets fit very, very quick and easy. but there's areas he needs to improve on himself, and I've highlighted them to him, and he's doing it, which is it gives me a lift, because I ain't seen Harvey a lot lately because he's been inactive. I've got a new kid in the gym. His name's Tommy Fletcher. Yeah. So he's really exciting and a good puncher, very good puncher, and he's only 19-year-old. He's like, out of all the fighters I've ever trained, he sticks out for me because he, when you work with him in the corner, you know, in between rounds, he goes out and does things that you ask him to do, or he'll go, well, hold up. He'll say, he's honest with me. He says, Mark, I've got to watch that left hook himself. But he communicates really, really well, and a good puncher, as I say. But he's only 19, and he's around 14 too. I expect him to be a cruiserweight when he thickens out a little bit and matures a little bit. So he's going to be an exciting prospect. Tommy Fletcher. He reminds me of a young Klitschko. Wow. Yeah.
That's big praise. And what about Charlie Duffield? We haven't heard from him in a while. I know he's still in the gym. What's happening with him?
Charlie's always in the gym. He's a gym freak. You know, he's a gym freak, which ain't a bad thing. But he was due to fight actually. I think he was due to fight at York Hall either Friday or Saturday.
Oh, the show that got cancelled.
The show that got cancelled. That's the one. He was due to fight on that show, but he also got a bit of a shoulder tear, so he was out of that show anyway. He's 32 now. He's got dates. He's had dates, but he's had some. He's been in and out of his own house. He got flooded in his house, and he was a little bit up and down in his family life. But he's settled now, and he ain't got a lot. The time's ticking. I keep telling Charlie, so he wants to make up his mind what he's going to do, so to speak. But he wants to fight, and so we'll see how this shoulder pans out, and we'll take it from there.
Well, Mark, very best of luck for Saturday night, and we look forward to seeing the improvements in Johnny.